Perched delicately on the edge of a rugged cliff, this modern minimalist home appears to float, suspended between earth and sky, designed not just to overlook nature, but to become one with it. Combining architectural daring with serene elegance, the house offers a master class in how minimalism can elevate luxury when set against the grandeur of untouched landscapes. This is a story of balance, between shelter and exposure, geometry and wilderness, solitude and splendor. The house clings to a cliffside that overlooks an expansive valley, where clouds skim treetops and eagles trace wide arcs in the sky below. The structure's footprint is modest, but the sense of space is endless thanks to the panoramic views carved into its every edge. Supported by a cantilevered structure anchored deep into the cliff, the home achieves a visual weightlessness, giving the impression that it hovers above the landscape. Exposed concrete beams extend outward like wings, echoing the geology of the rock face itself. The house takes shape as a clean, horizontal volume, defined by linear planes, right angles, and a strict color palette that mimics stone, sky, and shadow. The structure's bold form allows nature to be the ornament. Visitors arrive via a discreet pathway carved into the hillside, leading to a recessed entry door clad in dark timber. There is no grand facade, just a quiet gesture of entrance, like slipping into a cave. Upon entry, a slim foyer opens directly onto a wall of glass that reveals the valley below, framing nature as a living artwork. Polished concrete floors reflect soft daylight, creating a tranquil atmosphere of instant immersion. The living area opens up with full-height sliding glass walls, erasing the boundary between indoors and outdoors. Here, the cliffside becomes a part of the living experience, and the room feels like a ledge carved from wind and light. A low, linear fireplace runs the length of one wall in the living room, clad in matte black stone. Above it, an open shelf holds sculptural pottery in pale tones, grounding the minimal space with quiet warmth. Muted linen upholstery, brushed stone coffee tables, and pale oak ceiling panels compose a palette of subdued luxury. Each texture invites touch without demanding attention, celebrating restraint over richness. The dining space is anchored by a single, monolithic table made of hand-finished concrete, surrounded by low-profile chairs in soft leather. A pendant light hovers like a moon, adding a sculptural glow over evening meals. The minimalist kitchen is a study in seamless design, flat panel cabinets in soft beige hide appliances, while a long island in light quartz extends toward the window like a pier. It is utilitarian but quietly luxurious. Accessible from the living space, a narrow balcony extends outward with frameless glass railings, giving the illusion of floating above the cliff. It is the perfect place for morning coffee or late-night stargazing. The primary bedroom is a private retreat with full glass walls on two sides, revealing uninterrupted views of the forest canopy below. The bed is placed low and centered, as if floating in a sea of sky. Decor in the bedroom is reduced to essentials: a platform bed in pale wood, soft linen bedding, a floating nightstand, and a single pendant light. The simplicity heightens the intimacy of the view. The master bathroom features a freestanding tub placed directly against a tall window, allowing the bather to soak in solitude while gazing into the horizon. The materials are cool and elemental: stone, glass, and brushed metal. The guest suite continues the language of quiet refinement, with a tonal palette of moss greens and driftwood grays. A corner window frames a dramatic cliffside drop, offering guests a visceral connection to the site. smaller, the guest bathroom is equally luxurious, with a rainfall shower, textured tile in muted charcoal, and a floating vanity in natural stone, all designed to echo the tactile experience of the surrounding terrain. A dedicated creative studio sits toward the rear, clad in natural materials and furnished minimally with a single desk and a long bench facing the view, encouraging stillness, thought, and the luxury of mental space. Throughout the house, built-in shelving is used sparingly, almost sculpturally, designed to hold not clutter, but meaning, a few art books, ceramics, or a fossil stone collected from the cliffside. Recessed LED lighting runs along edges and baseboards, casting soft glows that define space without commanding attention. Light becomes architectural, guiding, shaping, accenting. Large openings face east and west, allowing the home to be bathed in the glow of dawn and dusk. During the day, light shifts across the interior like a sundial, marking time without clocks. A second, larger terrace opens off the dining space, cantilevered over the valley, furnished with minimalist outdoor seating in natural stone and teak, offering a front row seat to sunsets in full cinematic color. Native plants like ferns, mosses, and mountain grasses grow naturally around the home's base, allowed to roam freely to soften the structure's lines and blend it into its wild environment. At the far end of the property, a sunken fire pit area built into the cliff edge offers a primal experience, sitting by fire with the wind brushing your skin and the void stretching out beneath your feet. Every material used in the house, stone, steel, timber, glass, is chosen for its rawness and clarity. Nothing is painted or covered. The house wears its structure openly, like a body without ornament. Acoustic design plays a hidden role here. The soft hum of wind, the rustle of leaves, and distant bird calls echo subtly within the quiet interiors, creating an immersive natural soundscape. Though designed for luxury, the house integrates sustainability through solar panels hidden on the upper roof, passive cooling via cross-ventilation, and radiant heating embedded in the polished concrete floors. Though remote, the house is cleverly shielded from nearby paths or distant properties with strategic landscaping and architectural overhangs, offering full privacy without retreating into seclusion. Above all, the architecture does not fight nature, it frames it. Every wall is a window, every edge a line of sight, every room a reason to pause and look outward, not inward. At certain angles, it seems the house has grown from the rock itself. A dialogue is created between geology and geometry, permanence and lightness, a harmony made possible by thoughtful restraint. On cloudy days, the home reflects the sky in its windows and concrete skin, becoming almost invisible, vanishing into the mist like a breath held by the cliff. This is not a house for loud gatherings or excess, it's a place for silence, for tea in the early morning, for the hush of fog rolling through pine trees, for thought and breath and time. At night, the home glows softly from within, like a lantern perched on the edge of the world. The valley below disappears into darkness, while the interior becomes a universe of warm shadows. Here, luxury is not measured in square meters or designer brands, but in the generosity of open space, the purity of materials, and the power of a view that costs nothing but attention. This house is more than architecture, it's a mood, a state of mind. Minimalist not because it lacks, but because it chooses, carefully, elegantly, and always in reverence to its place. There's something deeply human about living close to the edge, something that reminds us of fragility, of freedom, of beauty. This home offers that experience every day, in safety and grace. contemporary, the house feels timeless. Its materials will weather, its corners will soften with age, but its connection to nature, its purpose, will never fade. Suspended in nature is not merely a home, it is a living experience suspended between form and feeling, built for those who seek elegance without extravagance, and beauty without noise. It is a testament to how modern minimalist architecture, when guided by humility and vision, can deliver not just shelter, but serenity. This is Modo Haus, where design meets landscape, and stillness meets luxury.